Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Picked up this Yamaha Blaster for $300 the other day. As you can see, it needs quite a lot of work to it. It's got a full system exhaust. This is bent out pretty bad, tires bald and patched. I don't even know how the hell did they do that. But picked this up for $300. It does need quite a bit of work, but nothing I'm not used to. Definitely on the order is some new tires, all four. I'm gonna try to straighten out this pipe. If I can't, then I'm just gonna go ahead and buy a replacement one. The expansion chamber is actually in good condition, minus quite a bit of rust. It's got oil delete. Supposedly needs a top end. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and compression check that just to double check. It does feel like it needs a top end though. It's got a Honda throttle body. Probably get a new light switch over here. I think I had a parking brake at one point or another, but that is now MIA. Good thing though about this bike is that all of the brake works, both rear and front work great, so that's a bonus. Other than that, it's pretty basic. The motor's in good condition as far as the case goes. There's no cracks or nothing other than on the this cover right here that's broken, but I'm not too worried about that. This will end up being torn down basically almost all the way to the frame, if not all the way to the frame, for paint and basically just a restoration on this bike, so I could ride it around and then flip it for a couple $100, whatever. I do this on the meantime while I'm not at college, but gonna try to look to get Nerf bars for it, maybe a new set of plastics here. Definitely in the orders. I'm probably keep this, but I might replace it with an LED one, or an LED light. It'll be a little bit better. Shocks are all good on this. I'll probably look at getting some shock covers, just because I think they look really nice. In the back here, I'm gonna get the wheelie bar because it's a Yamaha Blaster. Who doesn't wheelie a Yamaha Blaster? Clearly somebody did, and it bent the fucking pipe, so that's not good. Everything in the rear end here is straight. No play in the carrier bearing. Shocks, rear shocks, super good. Slider looks good. Everything. Besides the clearly poor condition of this bike, it is actually in okay condition, if that makes any sense. But new air filter, 100% in the mix here. It looks like it had a battery at one point. I'm probably going to end up getting a battery for it because I want to run the lights through it. I think that'd be awesome. Basically just damn well near a full restoration on this bike. Clearly somebody had the top end off at one point or another. It's not even tightened down up there, but I'll go ahead and get into it, pressure washing this, and probably gonna take a look at the top end today, just to make sure there's no play in the crank. Alrighty, so went ahead and took apart the Blaster. A lot of the bolts were actually missing, so it was honestly just fairly easy to just basically pull off the plastics and pull off the top end here to do a bottom end check before I went on ahead and ordered the parts. Fairly simple procedure to get to where I'm at right now. Loosen up your rear plastics right there, go ahead and pull that off. I went ahead and left the air box on there. Going to lift up, pull that out. Next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and then address your gas tank. Usually, 4 bolts hold down everything. You want to pull that out. That's going to basically expose everything that you need exposed. After that, you're going to want to take off your exhaust. First thing you do is you're going to want to take off your silencer. It's typically held up here and here, and then there is going to be a little hose right there that connects the expansion chamber to the silencer. After that, you're going to want to remove your expansion chamber. It's fairly simple. Just goes on right there. Just go on and pull off the springs, any springs if there are any. And then that should remove your expansion chamber. Just go on and wiggle it out of your front plastics. Then after that, there are five nuts that hold down the head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead and untwist those. And of course, remove your spark plug. Go ahead and untwist those. The head should come right off. After that, you're going to want to remove your carburetor. You could do the carburetor or the head, doesn't really matter. Carburetor and reed valves. So, pretty simple. Just 4 screws or 4 bolts hold everything together. Just go ahead and take it off. Next thing you want to do is take off your cylinder over there. It's just held on by four bolts, and then they screw into these studs. There's 4 of them, all of these, size 12s. Everything on this cylinder, as far as the cylinder goes, is size 12. So the head bolts and the cylinder studs are all size 12. Everything else seemed to be size 10, so that's no big deal. But just look at the scoring on this piston. I mean, it is shredded. It is shredded. I mean, that's a chunk right there. That is a chunk. I'm still gonna have to do bottom end inspection, but I have verified that there is no up down play on it, but there is side to side. But that's no big deal. Side to side's normal in a 2-stroke engine. Up and down is when you need to go ahead and replace it. Other than that, it's going pretty good. I'm ordering the top end kit. I'm going to go ahead and do the standard person way, I'm going to call it, and do the cheap piston one. So I'm going to go ahead, order that. Should be here in a couple of days. Go ahead and install that because it's not really hard. Clean the carburetor. I might actually check to see what carburetor that is, because I'm actually not sure if it's even a blaster carb, to be honest with you. Like I said, it does have the throttle body up there, so, and it's Tours deleted, so it might actually just be a Honda carburetor stacked onto this blaster. I might just end up looking at, I want to remove the parking brake here, but I kind of want to have it too, so I'm split. I'll just look and see what that will cost, as well as light switch, battery, wiring harness, and basically anything that's missing. But after that, some paint is probably on the way. I think this might be where the battery used to be. I'll go ahead and check on that. But other than that, everything is super tight on this 4-wheeler. Little bit of play in the bushings up top, no play in the bottom bushings. This one seems actually to be okay. No, there's a little bit of play in there, but that is okay. That's pretty good. I'll probably just repack it with grease and it should be good to go. Going to do a new paint scheme on this one. Really haven't decided. I'm going to keep the black plastics, or at least paint the plastics black when I get them. Other than that, that was basically the teardown to get to the piston here. I'll go and tell you how to take the piston off while I'm at it. Fairly simple. You're gonna want yourself like a little pick. I just have this. It came in a toolkit I bought. Come down here in this groove right here. It's gonna access the circlip. So you're just gonna want to put your little pick in there. Get a hold of that circlip because you're not gonna reuse this piston or these circlips. So going ahead and basically just slide those suckers out. So you can see the circlip right there, and it'll pop out, but I'm not really worried about removing it right now. And then inside there's this, oh my goodness. Sorry, there's a truck coming, big truck. But essentially, inside there's just this little rod, and there's a rod and there's bearings in there. You're not going to reuse any of those. So once you get that circlip out, go in and come on this side, hit the rod through until the piston just comes straight off, and then go and remove out the bearings. I don't know, it's fairly simple, not hard whatsoever to do. If honestly, if I had a top end with me right now, I could have had this thing back together and ripping. It has good sparks, surprisingly. That was one thing I was really worried about. Not worried about it so much, but yep, that's basically disassembly on a Yamaha Blaster to the top end. I'm gonna go ahead and make a part 2 video of actually assembling it, and then a whole series on this bike where I just go ahead and basically not redo everything, but make everything look really, really, really nice, so it could be a solid little Yamaha Blaster. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next video.